What's going on, Washington fans? So I am putting this video a couple hours late, man. So some of the steam, the flames coming out of my head have gone down since 4 p.m. So the league done messed up. It's looking like we messed up. It really is, and I can't make any excuses for Dwayne. I really can't. I can't today. I can't do it. 3 picks, man. This was a winnable game. That's the bad, sad part about it. And you look at the NFC least, I think the Cowboys are losing right now to the Seahawks, or they're about to lose. It's so bad that, we really, the Seahawks won at 38-31. The NFC least is so bad to the point where if you just play any kind of good football, you can win the NFC East. You really could. It's that bad. It just makes it even worse. But this game was so winnable. It's crazy how winnable this game was. And Dwayne played awful in the first half. He actually had some good drives. I'll give credit to Scott Turner. Scott Turner, this was his best game by far out of all 3 games. I know we only played 3 games, but this was his best game by far. Isaiah Wright, Dwayne could have threw 5 picks today. He easily could have thrown 5 picks. Easily thrown 5 picks. Isaiah Wright had to play safety out there. He looked like a freaking corner. It looked like Isaiah Wright should be playing free safety instead of Troy Apke. It looked like he should be playing strong safety instead of Landon Collins. He was better in coverage than the guys we got out there playing in coverage. I mean, it was that bad. He almost, the screen pass where he almost threw an interception, where he overthrew somebody. I think it was McKissick. That could have been an interception right there. Now, he did better. He did a lot better at times. The third quarter was good. I'll give him that. Third quarter was good. That first drive was good, other than the Isaiah Wright playing defense play. And he threw some good passes to Terry McLaurin. But, man, I mean, Haskins, there were some plays where he was staring. And at the press conference, he said he wasn't staring down receivers. That was a lie. That's a lie. Saying he stared down those receivers for 3-4 seconds and threw an interception. Game breaking, game ending, back breaking, momentum killing interceptions, just killing the momentum time and time again, putting a dagger in our heart, shooting ourselves in the foot once again, over again. I mean, turnovers are killing us, man. They're killing us. Really could have won that game. Baker Mayfield wasn't doing anything. Really didn't have to do anything. Was actually rattled. Montez Sweat getting back there. Deron Payne, John Allen got back there a couple times. We really neutralized the passing game. They really weren't getting any they had some big plays here and there, but honestly, Baker didn't have to do anything. He really didn't. He just had to hand the ball off to Nick Chubb and hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt. Because if you give the ball to Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb on the 30-yard line, where Haskins is throwing picks in our territory. That was the worst thing about it. Throwing the picks in our territory. So they get the ball on the 30-yard line. They get the ball on the 20-yard line, 25-yard line. Antonio Gibson, come on, man. You got to pick up the ball. The ball's right in front of your face. You got to dive on the ball, pick the football up. There's no excuses for that one. The offensive pass interference call on Terry McLaurin, that was BS. I think it was the son of that ref, Hawkland or something like that. His dad, Ed Hawkland, he's strong as a mug. The strongest ref I've ever seen in my life. He never liked the Washington team. He never liked this when they had the name before. He probably doesn't like us now. So his son doesn't like it either. That was a terrible offensive pass interference call on Terry McLaurin. And Terry McLaurin, he had every right to argue that call and yell at the ref. He should have yelled at the ref even more. That was a terrible call. Ron Rivera waving the white flag once again, not calling timeouts. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. That's the loser mentality. That's losing football right there. That's just you throwing in the white towel, waving the white flag, giving up once again. Who knows what could happen? Who knows? Terry McLaurin could get a deep bomb. Denzel Ward wasn't even in a football game. Didn't even play. Their secondary banged up. Who knows? Terry McLaurin could have got a long bomb, onside kick, down by 10. Call the timeout, Ron. Who cares? And stop with the injury excuse, because you're running plays, and people still could have got injured. A lineman could get injured. Somebody fall on an offensive lineman's leg, or running back fall awkwardly and tear his ACL. Somebody can still get injured. I don't want to hear that injury excuse. If you're talking about injuries, then take a knee and kneel. That's what you should do. Don't run a running play. That's not keeping guys from injuries. That's not right at all. And anyway, you're taking away more reps, a 2-minute drill away from guys that can learn. AGG can learn. Isaiah Wright can learn on a 2-minute drill. So when we actually get in a winning situation against the Giants, which is probably the only winnable game I see in the foreseeable future, Who knows? That game might come down to a 2-minute drill, and they're going to be out there with chickens like with their heads cut off because they never got the game experience. They never got the in-game experience that they could be getting in the Cardinals game that they could have gotten today. So I don't want to hear that injury excuse anymore from Ron Rivera. You know, if you want to get on the plane and go home early, just say that. Just say that. If you want to get on the jet and go home early, just say it, Ron. Just say, and you're bailing on this season. I mean, that's what he's saying. He's bailing on this season. It's an evaluation season. And that's what he's saying, you know, and it's hard. It's tough. And I get it. You know, I personally would not bench Dwayne Haskins because you got to see what the guy can do. You got to give him a full season before you punt on him. And if you do punt on him, you got 3 quarterbacks to choose from. You got Trevor Lawrence, if we're that bad. You got Justin Fields, who is another Ohio State quarterback. And I'm iffy on Ohio State quarterbacks now. I really am. And you got Trey Lance. So you have 3 options that you can get in the top 10, or top 8 of the draft. That's what you can get. Isaiah Wright, he played well. Cameron Curl played well again. And to getting going, there was a pass where Dwayne Haskins, the ball was wobbling on. You can see it, they did a replay, and the ball was just wobbling. It looked like an 8-year-old threw the football, or somebody who can barely play football threw the football. And it was short, and AGG dropped it, yes. Some of it is on AGG. He should have caught the football. But that was a bad pass by Dwayne Haskins. It was awful. It was bad. It was really bad. I will compliment him for the throws to Inman for 2 touchdowns. And that's about it. Of course, Myles Garrett got a strip sack. Of course, he got a strip sack. Of course. Trying to see if there's any things I wrote down, man. Antonio Gibson played okay. McKissick played better. Scott Turner threw. He called a better game. Brian, of course, Chase Young with the hip injury, dapping people up on the sideline. I'm like, man, can you really play? I mean, what's going on, man? I don't know what the pain is. I know it's a hip injury. I don't know what extent, but, you know, I see you on the sidelines. You know, I'm not going to go on Chase Young too much. It is what it is. It's my guy. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Matt Ioannidis, that hurt as well. Ryan Kerrigan, I think it was 4th and 4, and they call a hard count. And Ryan Kerrigan's supposed to be the veteran. He's supposed to know better. He jumps all sides. You know, 4th and 4. Baker Mayfield catches him with a 4th and 4 hard count. That's inexcusable. You can't do that. Landon Collins, of course, beating coverage. That's nothing new. He can't cover. Troy Apke could have had a pick. Odell Beckham blocked it down, though. So I'm not going to get mad at Apke for that. I'm not going to call him Trashke for that. But, of course, there were some missed tackles here and there. Nick Chubb and Kareem did whatever they felt like doing. They did whatever they felt like doing. Offensive line, like I said, of course, Jaron Christian gave up the strip sack to Myles Garrett. Of course, that was bound to happen. But it was just Dustin Hopkins with the missed extra point. That was terrible. On the last play where we did score a touchdown, where it was a winnable game, and we were up 20-17, I felt like he should have went for 2, but it is what it is. Doesn't really matter now. It was actually a winnable game. I think we were actually winning going into the 4th quarter, but the back-breaking picks, the momentum-killing interception, you can't have the defense on, you know, keep going back out there over and over again. They're going to get tired. You know, the defense is tired of saving us. They can't save us every time. You know, every time there's an interception, there's a momentum killer. And once again, we had good field position a couple of times. We really did. Steve Sims did a lot better in the punt return game. Didn't do much in the receiving game, but did a lot better in the punt returning game. I mean, they did everything I said that Cleveland was going to do. I told you, if you pressure Baker Mayfield, he will fold. He will miss passes, which he did. He missed some passes here and there. He missed Odell a couple times. Their tight ends dropped. The Harrison Bryant had a few drops here and there. This was a game for the taking. This is a game we really, really should have won. Really should have won this game. Or really could have won this game. I know it should have, could have, would have. But there was about 4 turnovers. What? We had 5 turnovers, right? Browns had 0. That's the tail of the tape. You can't win like that. And Dwayne Haskins, right? He's not playing winning football. He's not. He's not playing winning football. He's not even giving us a chance to win a football game. He's not even giving us a chance. You know, there's just so many opportunities where we could have won the game. Wes Martin had a couple penalties here and there. I mean, it's just looking bad. It's looking really bad, man. It's looking really bad. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, and the Browns, they made some mistakes too. They had too many men on the field, holding penalties, pass interference penalties. The Browns by no means played a perfect game. This was definitely a winnable game. And it's a lot of evaluating this year, man. I still wouldn't put Kyle Allen in the game. I just want to see what Dwayne Haskins can do. You give him a full season, and like I said, you know, it is what it is. You just move on to the next quarterback in the draft. That's what's going to happen with Ron Rivera. I can tell he wants a dual threat quarterback. He wants a quarterback that can run. And all three quarterbacks that are going in the first round with Trey Lance and Justin Fields, all those guys can run. They're dual threat quarterbacks. So they're going to tailor the offense to them next year, 2021. If Dwayne Haskins doesn't do a 180 and changes and plays better, mechanics, footwork, touch, everything. Touch is still off in this game. Mechanics still a little bit off. A lot of things he's got to work on. A lot. And it's not going to get much easier against the Ravens. The Ravens game can get really ugly. It can get real ugly against the Ravens. Man, Eagles tied today. NFC least is terrible, man. It just makes it even more painful because it's like, wow, man, we could really do some damage in the NFC least. We could still be first once Dallas loses. Technically still be first in the NFC. It's Alex Smith. I don't see him playing. Like I said, I would give Haskins the rest of the. I would give him, if he keeps playing this bad and our defense plays kind of decent like they did today. I can't be mad at the defense when you keep going back out there after turnover after turnover. Of course, Chubb is going to gas you. Of course, Kareem Hunt's going to gas you. You give him way too many opportunities. That's just what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, man. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Haskins has to play better. Has to play better if he wants to have a career in the NFL because I don't see him being tradable. I really don't. I don't see us getting any value in him. And like I said, I don't want to overreact. I want to give the kid a chance. I want to see if he can still somehow make the league done messed up or whatever. I know he's on Instagram all the time. You got to stay on Instagram. You got to stay off Twitter after games like this, man. You got to stay after. He did all the workouts this summer, and I really was like, wow, man, this guy's getting better. He lost the weight and did all that, man. So you can't question his work ethic, but is he working on the right things? Is he working on his mechanics? Is he working on his footwork? Working on touch? Who's training him? Who's coaching him up? What's really going on? What's really going on? But can't make any excuses. Can't make any offensive line excuses. The wide receiver core excuses. Just all that's thrown out of the window today. It's just bad decisions all around by Dwayne Haskins today. Really bad. Had some flashes here and there, but some bad decisions by Dwayne Haskins. So we'll see what happens in the next couple games because maybe Ron Rivera might pull the plug, but I doubt it. I doubt it. So we'll see what happens, man. Make sure you guys come to the live on Tuesday. We'll be with my Elite channel members, DC Bay 72 and Kenny Man Fitness. We'll be on there. So we'll be discussing the game and talking about the Ravens coming up. So it doesn't get any easier from here. I'm telling you, it does not get any easier. All right, y'all. Hail to the football team. Peace.